welcome back to our channel. We've been down in Essex for a few days for us to watch the cricket, haven't we, John?
We have indeed. It's bank holiday weekend, early May, and I saw that was a juxtaposition of quite a few things I might like to do. There was a cricket match where Essex are playing at home at Chelmsford. We've been to see a day and a half of that. Because it was across the weekend, there was a new park run for us to do. If you've not seen our Malden Prom park run video, please take a look at that. And then the icing on the cake, I saw on bank holiday Monday, tomorrow, there's a 10-mile road race in the local area, club organised, and on a what was advertised as a flat, fast, stroke undulating course. So all those three things together, thought, what a nice way to spend bank holiday weekend. Today we're in the Essex town of Witham. We've entered the 10-mile road race, which is the Essex Championships, although that's not something that concerns us today. It's a lovely day for running, just a really light breeze, isn't there? Yeah. Nice cool conditions, sort of 13 to 14 degrees, quite nice for the time of year. Now, how we're aiming to execute this run is to go at around threshold pace. Now, there's many different interpretations of those words, tempo and threshold. What we're aiming to do is our interpretation of what we've learned from previous coaches we've worked with, which is to go at around about marathon pace, which we've worked out or extrapolated from those 5k times we did the other week, should be around 8-minute miling. So what we're looking to do, there's no pressure on this run. We're hoping to run around 8-minute miling, but if comfortable pace comes out around 8:10, 8:15, it doesn't matter, or even slower, it doesn't matter. We're here for a nice run in the Essex countryside. Great atmosphere here this morning, the sort of event, the sort of race we really enjoy doing. People here from all the local running clubs, all paid their £16. Some have entered on the day, and that's really nice to see as well, not a feature you see too often these days. We came here yesterday, in fact, didn't we, to have a little bit of a preparation.
Yeah, we drove around the course, didn't we? Yeah.
Because one of our little mottos is fail to prepare.
Prepare to fail.
So we've got an idea of the course profile, mainly flat. There's one little dip down just after a church in a place called, I think was it called Fairstead, and a little climb up through a village called Turling. But and they're sort of between 4 and 6 miles. But apart from that, broadly flat. So with the time now saying 2 minutes past 10, and the race starts. The start, and we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up just to loosen those legs up. See you in a minute.
beautiful day. Got a bit warm, but really ideal conditions really for May. What else you got to say about the course then, John?
Well, the course was fantastic. As it said, it was reasonably flat, miles 1 to 3 and 7 to 10, and then some lumpy bits in the middle. Quite undulating, but it broke it up nicely.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of interest. One thing I will say is I think we both had slight issues with our trainers, didn't we?
Choice of shoes, yeah.
You seem to be scraping off half the country lanes of Essex in your, what are those, Alpha
I think these Alpha Flies, yeah.
But you found sort of...
I kept scraping my feet. I think because I wasn't running flat out, as in race pace, that I wasn't lifting my legs high enough. So I was a little bit disappointed because a couple of times I thought I was going to land on the ground, but they got better towards the end because in the last mile we decided to give it a bit more effort, didn't we? So
conversely, I found these street flies, which I felt very good for runs between 6 and 10 miles. It's either a function of the street flies that's really there for 10k road running and below, and not sort of up to 10 miles, or it's just a function of my legs not having enough impact miles in them at pace on tarmac. So I'd be interested to know what you guys think, people who've got the street flies, whether you think you'd be racing 10 miles half marathon in them, or really you think they're a shoe for up to 10k. So please feel free to comment below on.
So hello, when we're back home now from a lovely weekend of running in Essex. As you know, we did the Witham 10 miles this morning, so John's going to talk you through a little bit of the race now.
Yeah, as I said earlier, our plan was to try and run each of the miles at around about 8-minute miling, which we think is around notional marathon pace at the minute. As you saw from watching the video, each of those miles clocked in at under 8 minutes, so target achieved there. And what I'll just do, we'll just put the heart rate splits for Dawn and myself up on the screen now. So what you can see there is, although they remained fairly consistent at around 20 beats different between our heart rates over each mile, for the early miles I was in the late teens above Dawn for my heart rate, and by the final few miles they're in the low 20s. It's that little bit of drift. So going back to the point of the run, which is a threshold run, we'll notice that my heart rate at any given pace will drift slightly more than Dawn, and that's something we've seen a lot of times over the years, haven't we?
Yeah, I've always been pretty consistent over the marathon in particular at having a steady heart rate, and I don't tend to get a lot of drift. So yeah.
Whereas traditionally, my strength's been over 10k, 10 miles and half marathon, where you can get the race completed before it starts to drift and significantly impact on your performance. Whereas the marathons, on the whole, tended to tail off a little bit, not crash some of them, but tended to tail off a little bit. So anyway, job done there. Wonderful race, as we said, the Witham 10. So thank you to Witham Running Club for putting that on.
Very good.
Yeah, smashing race.
Yeah.
So we hope that you've got a little bit of insight into how we choose our races, why we choose our races, and how we go about approaching them for the best benefit. We didn't want to really smash ourselves on a 10-mile race at the minute.
And one of the things I was saying, one of the things about doing this kind of run within a race is that it's actually easier to do. So if we'd set off this morning to do 10 miles at marathon effort, it's actually quite hard. But when you're running with a group of people, it actually does make it a lot easier to run, doesn't it? Yeah. It's sort of, time goes by quite quickly. Have a bit of a talk, and it's good to see other people running. Yeah. So
hopefully this will be a strong training run. We'll have a couple of easy days, and then hopefully get back to one of those explosive hill sprint sessions that we took you through on the last training video. If you've not seen that, take a look. So if you're enjoying our running journey, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for weekly running updates on our training, on the park runs we do, and some of the nicer runs we do, which take in a bit of history and scenery. So thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.